And we are live on YouTube. Well, hello, good evening. Welcome to Fido Live number 127. The chief colorist shall not be joining us for this episode. He had a little accident Friday, but we wish her a speedy recovery. Okay, we got the fire going here. Let's see what we got with the comic strip. Oh, looking on the camera. There you go. Okay, you can't see this one at all. We might be working on it, might not. Got everyone in the apartment, and Dino's on the laptop. Closet Cat asks him, on the internet? How can you tell? Watching a cat video, huh? No. I don't understand you humans. HOOMANS, humans. Why be on the internet if you're not watching cat videos? And Felicia is listening to all this. She's popped up. Can you believe it? He's just looking at women. But there's one over there. And he points to where Jane is. Yeah. There is that one. There's no date on it. No idea when I'm going to put it on. Here we have Felicia and Closet Cat. Closet Cat's in his closet, sitting in his litter box. And Felicia says, let's go, cat lesson time. And they're sitting on the laps of the humans. Cats choose their human seats with great care. Get off me. Being chosen as a seat is a great privilege. My seat smells funny. That's you. Dino and Closet Cat fighting. And this one I haven't drawn at all. Hey, maybe we'll do a drawing episode. Tell you what the joke is. We have Dino sitting watching TV. And Closet Cat or Felicia, one of them, come up and say, why do they look at this thing all day? And Closet Cat explains, they look at all the things they can't do themselves. Well, I'm pretty sure Dino could do this. No, you see, he would need a woman. Oh, right. What are the chances of him getting one of those? Now, Bose, maybe even Jane, are sitting there overhearing all this and saying, they say, don't watch that stuff out here, thinking he's watching adult videos. It's mixed doubles tennis. Oh, there's the joke. Rather similar to actually the cat video one. All right, here is Thursday, Christmas Eve. Well, I think I have something before this. 18th. This is the 18th. This is 20th, 21st, 23rd. So let's put all that before. The chief colorist has started on this. She hasn't finished it. I can do the backgrounds, the floor, and fix it up. So it's Wednesday the 18th. We have a new character, Black Cat. Fido asks, are black cats really bad luck? This is my owner. I live with 63 other cats. So just being a cat is bad luck around here. Yeah. Put that one aside. I'm probably not working on that today. Okay. This is in the series where Dino gets fired. The one before this, Dino's like drinking beer in the bar while he's working. So anyway, Cat Boss says, Dino has been drinking on duty, Bogash. Fire him. He's my best friend. I can't do that. Want me to do it? I shall not be gentle. Okay, I got it. Dino, you're fired. Does that mean I have to leave the bar? Okay, just got to do the background here, and this one will be finished. I don't know how long the chief colorist is going to be away, but we might have a colorless Christmas. That'd be terrible. The Closet Cat has decided to dress up as Santa because I thought it was cute. With the holiday season coming, I thought I would spread some Christmas joy. Everybody, come with me. And it goes to Dino. You're still fired. Of course. I mean, joy to me. As Closet Cat spreading Christmas cheer. And this one may never get colored because the chief colorist is away. Who knows? This is Monday, the 23rd of December. Little Closet Cat still dressed as Santa. Little kid notices him. Look, Mom, it's Santa. Have you been a good boy? Yes, I have, Santa. Well, it doesn't matter. You're not getting anything. I just looked at his parents and used my best judgment. Like Dad's got a shirt saying sport. Sort of like John Belushi's shirt. In Animal House, it just says college. All right. Well, we'll put this aside. We're probably not working on it, but it's there. Here is Tuesday, Christmas Eve. And we have Bo sitting down with a little cup of coffee or maybe hot cocoa. All the animals around. Now is the time for all good little doggies and kitties to go to bed. It's only 10 o'clock. Santa is coming tonight. If you're awake, you won't get any gifts. And Dino pops up. Is that the excuse we're using this year? Just keep them awake and we got more beer money. And here is Christmas. We have Jane and Bo drinking hot cocoa. Every year, Fido knocks down the Christmas tree and opens all the gifts. Are you going to stop him this year? No need to. And goes to bed. He's going to break everything I bought for the cats this year. These are just empty boxes. Great, isn't it? It's a Christmas miracle. That is the Christmas one. And that's as far as we're going. What do we feel like doing today? We could do some actual penciling on this one. Or we could do some inking on this one. Do the letterings. Let's do some penciling. What the hell? You get to see what cartooning actually looks like. I gotta find a pencil. I know we got them around here somewhere. There we go. Use a Dixon Ticonderoga for all the light work because while they claim this is the world's best pencil, it's the world's most erasable pencil. And I got to sharpen it, otherwise it's pointless. There we go. Nice sharp pencil. Now, as you all know, cartoonists are the dirtiest, filthiest creatures on the face of the planet, so I have to wear this, a glove. Otherwise, I will transfer my own filth to the page. And also, I'm likely to make more of a mess if I don't have a piece of paper down. So I've got a stack of stuff over here to the right that I put down to protect the page, but also sort of protect my sanity. Do we have to zoom in here, Irving, or can you see everything? Assassin's Creed Shadows, where you can not only play a black samurai, but you can play one with flowers in his hair. Apparently, this was downloadable content for the game that I think Ubisoft, the game's producers, are now getting rid of. And it just shows that these software developers have no idea who their customer base is. How silly is this? Well, of course, as we all know, that the Yazuki Black Samurai character is an actual historic character, as you can see from this actual photo of him. Of course, they had cameras in 16th century Japan, and don't tell me otherwise, because how else did they get this photo of him? So they were so happy to virtue signal that making a black samurai that they wanted to also make him gay, happy, make him a happy flowers in his hair hippie type, I suppose. Yeah. Irving, would you fix the camera a little bit, because we're kind of high here. Yeah, stay. I don't know what happened. There you go. That feels a little bit better. Since we're on the whole topic of video games, we had the question, will the Grand Theft Auto be any good? And I think they've given us the answer. Grand Theft Auto 6 to be less crude toward minorities in the game. In 2022, a next-gen update for Grand Theft Auto quietly removed a number of features that had been criticized for being transphobic, including Captain Space Toy doll with interchangeable genitalia and drag queens that spawned outside the in-game nightclub Cockatoos. Changes were never addressed by developers Rockstar, but did happen after an open letter was sent to them by Out Making Games, a UK-based advocacy group for LGBTQ in the industry. Given the cultural impact of Grand Theft Auto has around the world, Rockstar has a social responsibility to your players, many of whom happy people. Now a report from Bloomberg about the creation of Grand Theft Auto 6 has claimed that Rockstar is asking its writers to be less crude toward transgender people and other minorities, the common targets or throwaway gags in previous versions. The reason why we have games like Grand Theft Auto is because they'll make fun of everybody. You can't just take one group out. So yeah, big old red flag. Is Grand Theft Auto 6 going to suck? They fired Hauser. They fired the guy who played Laszlo. They've gotten rid of the what do they call it? The boys club mentality. And that's what Grand Theft Auto was, a boys club. You guys don't know your clientele. You spent billions of dollars on this game, and I'm really worried it's not going to be any good. Please, Grand Theft Auto, don't suck. And speaking of sucking, we have Jaguar. Remember a few weeks ago we went over the old commercial thing. Jaguar, a car company famous for its electrical problems. It goes all electric. There's something I missed, which I find hilarious. I'm going to actually read their material, their thing here. The material ideology for the Type 00 embraces authentic, unexpected materials and captivating color with our new creative philosophy visible at every turn. We have three key materials: brass, travertine stone, and textiles. They've got stone in their car, their electric car, which it's very important with an electric car, not only not to have these huge truck-sized wheels that will hurt your range, but also to try to make it somewhat light. And they're putting stone as well as this big brass thing around the center, which I'm sure is going to be wonderful during an accident. And I don't see airbags, especially on that steering wheel. So the travertine stone is this carved pillar that's holding up the front bench seat. Now, for those of you who don't know, travertine is a form of terrestrial limestone deposited around mineral springs, especially hot springs. It's often fibrous or concentric appearance. It's stone, limestone. They've made their car out of sedimentary rock. An electric car at that, that's supposed to, they have a target range of 430 miles on a single charge. So your battery's going to have to be at least a ton. But we all know about these targeted ranges. Here is the new Volkswagen minivan. What do they call it? This thing? This is the Volkswagen ID Microbus. A gentleman here from R/Electric Vehicles tried to take the thing on a road trip and failed. We'll talk about that in a second. But here is the 2025 ID Volkswagen Microbus. Now, they're trying to have smaller wheels, unlike the Jaguar with these huge wheels, and they don't make it out of stone. This guy took this van on perhaps a challenging road trip. It was through a blizzard trying to get to Chicago. He didn't make it. He tried to stay at a hotel overnight with chargers, and the chargers were Tesla chargers, which for some reason don't work with a Volkswagen Bug, and I doubt they'd work with a fabulous Jaguar either. So he couldn't charge it overnight. He's got 18% charge, but that's okay. There's a charging station within easy driving distance, which he barely made it to. And all four chargers were out of order. So he had to find another charging station, which he barely made it to as well. So we're talking, this guy's already, his nerves are already frazzled for distance, battery anxiety. and he gets to he has to make 4 or 5 more charger stops before he can get to where he's going. He's maxing out at 140 miles range, where the Tesla claims 230. Oh, sorry, the Volkswagen claims 234 miles of range. He's never got that, and he eventually had to give up the trip because he just couldn't make it. I've explained the problems with electrical vehicles, especially during the snow. This is the blizzard of '78 when we did not have electrical vehicles, and I can't quite imagine someone riding up on a snowmobile with an extension cord to help these poor people out. People died during this blizzard on this highway. Now, thank God most of them had electric. Well, they all had gasoline vehicles. More would have died if they had electrical vehicles. By the way, nice looking car and everything. They want like 70,000, 61,000 to 71,000 is the price range on this thing. This guy spent 70,000 for the one he did on the. I thought you could buy a Jaguar for 70,000, but no, I guess not. This one's going up to 100,000. It's got to be, well, if this costs 70,000, this is going to cost 140,000. I don't know who they think is going to buy that Jaguar. Hey, hon, can you bring the generator full of gas so I can charge the car? Yeah. So there's Tesla. Oh, they're never going to make that car. It's impossible. It doesn't work. It won't work. And it won't pass any safety standards. They're not going to allow you to have that big brass rod in the car as a spear for any front end collisions. Stupid. So Auntie Michelle Yeoh doing a man spread here, and here, let me finish this out so you can see exactly what's going on here. This is what her other leg would be. So yeah, she's put the high heel boots here. Our good friend Chris Gore from Film Threat has pointed out that Michelle Yeoh has conveniently made an appearance on a cover of AARP this month. I think Chris was trying to be a little bit ageist. He's trying to do some age jokes here. But I'm going to go further where Chris won it because, well, Chris has class and Chris has intelligence. But this is Fido the Comics joke. Let's see. Here we go. Michelle Yeoh Ching, born August 6th, 1962. Yeah, forgive me for a moment. Let's see. Clear. We are 2024, right? This is we're 2024 minus 1962. See, Americans aren't very good at math. It's really great that we have calculators on us all the time. 62 years old. Well, she should not be on AARP because you got to be 64, right? So why do they put such a young, vibrant woman who's so flexible on the cover of AARP? I'll never know. I think it's horrible the way they treat Hollywood actresses. They reach a certain age and they put them on the cover of AARP. So this is Star Trek Section 31. So you have to put Star Trek, really. This is not Star Trek. Look, she's got her foot up on a man. You can't really tell here, dressed in dominatrix gear. Michelle is a Malaysian actress, best known for her appearances in the James Bond film Tomorrow Never Dies in 1997 and the martial arts film Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which I guess she got that pose from, the year 2000. She plays Philippa Georgiou in the Star Trek franchise, 2017-2020. They confirmed that they were going to make this Section 31 spinoff in 2019. It's now, what did I say this was, 2024? So 5 years later, they finally got it coming out, and it's not a series. It's just a quick movie. I think they realized their mistake hiring Auntie Yeoh here to try to play a sexy dominatrix. I think she's an empress in this one who somehow has become a starship captain. I don't know. Star Trek has long since stopped making any sense to anyone in the world. And I hope someday Paramount comes to their senses and hires, well, Star Trek people. Because the cast of characters they got writing and producing and saying yes to these supposed Star Trek shows just can't get the job done. Well, hey, look what we have here. Our oldest piece of paper on the board, Disney. What have they done? According to Forbes here, Disney overspending on the Acolyte pushes Star Wars cost to $2.9 billion. We only know how much Disney has spent on Star Wars because they're going to the UK to film these things. And then they go back to the UK to get their tax credits. Otherwise, we'd have no idea. And unless, maybe they didn't spend this much and they're just committing tax fraud to the people of the United Kingdom. But let's take them at their word that they're not committing tax fraud. Well, they claim to have made just under 500 million on The Force Awakens, which was the easiest one. Everyone wanted to see Star Wars come back and see what Disney did to it. We were hoping they would fix the midichlorians and make sure Han shot first and all that lovely stuff that George screwed up. But all they left us with was J.J. Abrams' mystery boxes. Oh, by the way, J.J., where are you? No, you're in our pile. Star Wars ruined poor JJ because he had after The Last Jedi, he had to go back and do Rise of Skywalker. See, he left a bunch of questions in the first Force Awakens, and then Rian Johnson came along in The Last Jedi and answered every question. Ryan, it'll leave something for the third film. So JJ had to come back to try to fix the Rian Johnson mess, and it ruined this poor man. So JJ had like a fantastic deal with Warner Brothers. It was basically a open credit card for $500 million. You can do anything you want with it. And JJ is so ruined, he wasn't able to do anything with it. So that deal is no longer operable. So JJ Abrams will probably never become the director he could have become. But anyway, we're looking at here, they lost $100 million on Solo, and they claim to have made $52 million on the Rise of Skywalker, that last one. I don't know. I didn't see it. But we have total losses here of, what is it, 2,900,000, 2 billion. So this old article here we've already known this. This is an old story that Disney has never covered the cost for buying Lucasfilm, and Kathy here has done her normal stellar job with her Lucasfilm Story Group, which I'm sure are the finest science fiction writers upon this planet. And let's go further here. Since they lost Reedy Creek. Forbes, Nat Washington Examiner thinks that they lost $50 billion in value since the war with Florida began. But I'm going to say you lost a lot more because you're planning on doing work on this park. You're going to tear out the Rivers of America. You've already done Tiana. You're going to build this cars race dirt track. You're going to have to pull permits now, stand inspections, fill out environmental impact studies. And I hate to tell you, but the Rivers of America are something we call a wetland now, and Florida really protects their wetland. So if we're worried that they're going to destroy Disney, the building code will never let them get away with it. Thank God Bob Iger got into that war with the state of Florida. We told you at the time, Bob, let it go, but no, that's not going to happen. So Kathy, in her last gasp, she's trying to go out on a win. She's given the green light for Kinberg here to do another trilogy, which I don't think is going to happen. I can't see them spending more money on Star Wars. and their new series, Skeleton Crew, which I don't have a piece of paper here for, is not doing well because of the Andor effect. When you do so much damage to your product, even doing something good can't save you. I'm not saying Skeleton Crew is good, but it might be. I'm never going to see it because after The Last Jedi, I'm not giving them another penny. I'm done with Star Wars. So the Andor effect hurts just about everything when you think about it. Moana 2 is out in theaters and doing successful, but there's not a single person who watches this Moana 2 who says it's a good film. It's poorly written. It's a TV show that was cut up and made into a film. Some characters just appear that don't make sense. I hear. They would have made sense if they were in the TV show. But anyway, they say Disney is back and on its way to 300 million. What's going to happen when they do the Moana live action here with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Are people going to want to see it? Will the Andor effect from this horrible Moana 2 have any effect on the live action Moana? I don't know. I'm just going to put that out there. So The Rock is starring with Catherine Lagaia. It's an Laga, and there's an accent mark in AIA. And I looked her up online. Said, "Oh, wow, this is strange. That they're race swapping the character. Right? Well, that's something that Disney just done before, and well, okay, that's a brave move. Let's see how it works out for them." But actually, I found out that this is Catherine Lagaia. She looks a lot more like the animated character. So, in complete honesty, I screwed up. As is my way when I was looking up Catherine Lagaia, I typed in the Google search, Catherine Lagaia naked, and I got that. That's how I generally get these cheesecake photos of these pretty women that I would use, for instance, which I would leave on the board. So it actually does say Catherine Lagaia. I thought, well, is this the same an actress with the same name, just without the accent mark? But no, it's just a TikTok error. I guess she has this on her site or something. It must be a friend of hers or something. This is apparently actress. I'm not actress, but this is apparently a young lady by the name of Katrin Elsner. I don't know if she's an actress or anything. But yeah, I screwed up, but it's okay. I share my errors with the world. And hey, why don't we have Miss Elsner join us today for our drawing? Because, well, we like to have pretty women on the board. Irving, would you zoom in here? We'll get a better look at Catherine and give the audience a chance to see what we're doing here. Hopefully, we'll be able to see the pencil mark. Well, let's see. We have. Why do they look at this thing all day? They look at all the things they can't do themselves. So we need a view of the couch and the TV faced away from us so we can't see what's on the TV, and the dog, maybe the dog, or just the two cats. Let's bring we're going to do two marks on either side, here and here, for our vanishing points. And I will just draw this for being the base of the couch. Here we know the TV is going to be generally about over here. So why don't I draw the TV first? Because seeing the TV is actually important here. So the square shall be, just get this right, the TV. The back of the TV, as it were. And the little table that the TV is on. It's on a very thin table. The invention of the flat screen LCD TV has really made the work of a cartoonist much easier. I remember the old days when I was drawing the CRT tube. You never quite knew where to put that bump out in the back. And I always had to put it on the most rickety table in the world. I like the idea of a big, heavy TV on what was basically a TV tray, so easily knock overable, which is why Fido in the early days as a puppy destroyed so many televisions. So easy to do so. Let's erase that line. Draw the components in the back of the TV. And somewhere around there is the stand that the TV sits on. Leave that. Legs for the table. So, one cat, right? This would be closet cat. Maybe with his hands on the table. His head, he's completely blocking the TV screen with his head, because Dino would be somewhere over here. Five head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's get Dino's couch drawn. I'm gonna. The way the couch is, I just do it by memory now. There are a bunch of rivets at the bottom, and a little ways up, you'll see a wooden piece of decorative trim, and then the cushions, which are thicker. So we're going to pretend that Dino's sitting on the edge. Dino sits on the floor because Fido won't allow him on the couch. Fido won't allow him on his couch. And this will be the arm. We'll draw it out of frame. All this gets erased, but it tells me where. Let's see. I guess the couch goes that far. That's that arm. And just a little bit of that arm appears over the TV. A lot of this is just using the perspective to build the world that the characters sit in. Catherine, why don't you join us? I have no idea who Catherine Elsner is. I hope she doesn't mind us having her on the board today. Perhaps someday she's going to be a big star. Because I can see she has a lot of talent. Nice stomach muscles here, innie belly button, jut out here for a decent sized hip. For a blonde, she's got curves. Usually, so many of the starlets these days don't have curves because you can't have women who look like women. I just had a thought. I don't know who Catherine is. I sure hope she's over 18 years old. You should look up stuff like this before you do it. She looks like she's 18 or over 18. So come on, cut me some slack. If she's under 18, it's inappropriate for her to put these photos online. I just stumbled in it because I was a troglodyte looking for Moana naked, and apparently she does not exist in that state. So I don't know how Lagalaia pronounces her name. She's not a well-known starlet yet. So forgive me if I'm not pronouncing her name properly. Took me a while to learn how to say Rachel Zegler. But if this woman is half the talent of Rachel Zegler, I'm sure we'll know all about her soon enough. All right, let's get Dino in here. He's sitting. Should make sure we get the knees in the proper perspective. There and there, yeah. I can more or less follow the couch. Neck. Come with us, Catherine. And let's put a bottle in his hand. Put a bottle in both hands, so he's holding it like this. Shows he's feeling a little bit insecure. It's a common thing for them to have their television viewing interrupted by an animal head blocking the screen. And let's get Dino 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably should have explained. The head, you just draw a circle, you hemisphere it, and that's where the nose is in the center. And since I have a slight tilt to his head, that helps me judge how the tilt works. And there's Dino feeling as uncomfortable as possible and wearing his sneakers in the house. How dare he? Oh, well, I'm pretty sure. But 2 cats and a dog. The place is pretty filthy as it is. Now we've got to put Felicia in here somewhere. Let me finish drawing closet cats. Body. Closet cat has ribs showing. He's very thin. There we go. Now Felicia will probably be on the couch over here. So we have room. That bit of dialogue is delivered with that arrow. And Felicia can, well, there's plenty of room on the couch. We just have her in a typical cat horizontal position, looking over. Now, because she's laying on her back, I'm going to have to turn. Catherine, would you sit over here for a moment? Thank you, darling. It's easier to draw right side up for me. As she imparts her older cat wisdom to the younger cat. Humans like to watch things they can't do themselves. The connotation here, I'm sure I don't have to explain, is he's watching an adult movie here or something. But he's not. He's watching mixed doubles tennis. Ha ha ha. Let's get the electrical plug here. And for the that's the cable wire, and that's the one that attaches to the cable box. Now, these balloons are going to be tough to do. There's a breakout here. So I'm going to have a split balloon. It's going to go that way, and then it's going to go that way to cover all bases here. Got enough room I could thing and put all day down here. That way it'll leave me a lot more. That's probably a good idea. Let me do that now while I'm thinking of it. Do we have... I'm going to bring the comics calibrator down here to judge where my lettering is better. Why do they look at this thing? And I put these guidelines in here. This is 22.5 degrees tilted, which tells me how I tilt my font. Okay. Now that allows me to do full balloons. I don't have to worry about balloons getting all tangled up. Let's remember to move this over to the left a little bit to center justify it a little bit better. That works. Okay, second panel. How long did that take? Hi, Catherine. How you doing? You know, I wonder how she would have played Moana. Would there have been an outrage in Hollywood? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your new Moana. That would never happen. They don't go that way. They're too racist. All the people in Hollywood. Let me go. Thank you. Do we do the same panel? Now, what I'm going to do is just a side on. So we're going to have Dino up here somewhere. His knees close to his body, and the TV, the couch is still back there. We'll do a vanishing point at about the center here. 1 point perspective. So that would put the TV, what do you think? About over here. That kind of balances the panel off well. There's TV on this, there's Dino on this side, TV on the other. Here's a question. Will this kill the joke? Because you'll be able to see the TV screen. Yeah, this might not work. Let's see what it looks like. Because we don't want to be able to see the TV screen. It's mixed doubles tennis. Yeah, see, this isn't going to work. If I draw that perspective line, you're going to have a view of the screen. So no, we cannot do it that way. Erase everything. I'm going to take that vanishing point. We'll do a 1 point perspective over here. So that everything's going from Felicia's nose. You see that? And just about. And the couch will be up here. And the TV is kind of knocked over here more. Almost off panel. Let's see how that works out. It's sort of important to the joke that you don't see the TV screen. And it's about nose height for Dino. Now we can draw the couch. There's the arm. Usually comes up to about Dino's head size. All this is going to be erased because it's in the next panel, but it helps me to figure out where the cushion goes. Let's see, there, and there's a wooden trim. Let's carry out those lines. So and just sort of do this to how whatever feels good. That feels about good. I think back in the old days, I'd carefully measure out how big each cushion is as far as perspective goes. But it's really not necessary. I just want to get a sort of feeling where the couch is. I've drawn it so many times that I kind of know it all now. That feels kind of big. What would feel better? I'm going to knock the couch arm down to that height. Because for that distance, that feels better. It makes me happy. Why are we here? To make me happy. Don't do anything that doesn't make you happy. Right, Catherine? That's right. Yeah, Fido the comic strip endorses Catherine Elsner as the new Moana. We're glad that Disney has been so progressive in their thinking to think outside the box and hire a blonde. Could only be better if she was red ginger, because they generally replace all gingers with people of color. It'd be funny to have a person of color replaced by a ginger. That never happens. We should get there we go. In order to support fully Catherine's membership to attempt to get a job as Moana, we have to fix her hair. And she should be a ginger. She should be redheaded. You know, I think it's a good look for you, Catherine. There we go. Where are we? Yeah, we still have to have. Closet cat is about right there. Its head is still looking innocently at the TV screen. Maybe even bring a paw up to his mouth as he's speculating. Oh, I'm sure Dino could do this. Closet cat has a flat head. Gee, I was expecting a call from the chief colorist halfway through the show. And haven't had anything yet. And there's a table back there I got to draw. Yeah. No chief colorist this week. She ain't answering her phone. Catherine, will you stay with us? That's the problem with the young women these days. They have no attention span. She keeps on wandering off the table. Hello.
Hi, you hung up just as I picked up.
Okay. Well, you're live. You're live on Fido 127, I believe.
You want to prove to them that I'm still around?
that I haven't gotten rid of you. No.
Yeah. Oh, how's it going?
Well, I made a mistake. See, I was talking about Moana 2.
Yes.
And they're doing a live action with Wayne "The Rock" Johnson right here. And I said, well, who's playing Moana? And Catherine Lagaya Aya is playing it. So I, of course, type in Catherine Lagaya Aya naked into Google.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Well, there were no naked photos, but
Oh,
generally
okay.
I do that in order to get like a swimsuit photos, something that I would use on the page.
Yes.
And I get Catherine Lagaya, and there's this blonde woman sitting on the edge of a boat in a black bikini with her hair partially obscuring her face. And I'm saying, wow, Disney race swap Moana for live action? I don't believe it. That's awfully progressive of them. And then I quickly realized that I had the wrong woman.
Yes.
But I had to share it with the audience anyway. And after and we figured out that this is actually a young lady by the name of Catherine Elsner. And after looking at it for a while, we changed Catherine's hair to red. We turned her into a ginger because if she's going to if they're going to race swap Moana, it's only justice that they do so with a ginger.
Oh yes, that's what they have to do.
But Disney is entirely too racist to ever consider doing something.
No, it has to be done that direction.
Yeah. It's inconceivable that a person of color could not play a person of color in Disney World.
That is true. Very true.
But there's my joke. And we got Catherine Elsner here joining us for the show. I hope she does.
Okay.
I hope she doesn't mind. I don't know if she's an actress. I hope she's over 18.
Jeez. I should check that out before.
I don't think she's a public figure. I could get in big trouble here. Actually, I'm not even a public figure. I'm hoping she's an actress, and she appreciates the exposure, but she might not be. But when I did a Google search, Google gave me this. So she put this photo out here herself. So she wants people to see this photo.
Okay then.
That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it.
Yep, sure.
And she looks like a very talented actress, I assure you. You can see that. You can see the talent all over her, can't you?
I'm sure she is.
All right.
Now you be nice.
We're drawing Closet Cat here, and now we've got I'm gonna have Felicia sitting up now and getting off the couch because I think in the
What'd
end
you say?
I'm gonna have Felicia sitting up and getting off the couch because I think in the end here it works best if these two are sort of standing together.
Oh, okay.
So there's Felicia. No, you would need a woman.
Okay.
And it's actually, it works better to have the heads fill up the whole panel. Now she's looking down. Let me re-hemisphere that head. We draw a head, it's a circle, hemisphere, and I'm aiming it down to where she's looking. By doing the hemisphere, it allows me to draw it that way.
Okay. How many strips do you have to be colored?
I've already given up on having a colored Christmas.
I know, but like, if I were.
1, 2, 3. 5. About 5.
Okay. I'm just wondering. Just curious.
And all right. Oh, she should be speaking. Well, I can't chat whilst I'm drawing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Scott Adams was smart enough to make it so he had an open. Well, he does his on a computer, so he can have an open window there and have the chat.
Did you put my head back a little more?
Nope, I can't.
Sorry.
I can't do anything with your head.
Thank you.
Oh.
No, the nurse was in the room, so.
See, proof that she's in the hospital.
What?
Proof that she's in the hospital.
Yeah, no kidding.
I have not gotten rid of her.
No. Not yet, anyway.
I want to do that.
I had
I need a colorist. I want to do that.
I had had tuna fish sandwich. That was my lunch.
I haven't eaten yet.
And fruit cup. Wasn't bad.
I haven't eaten yet. I'm just starting to feel a little bit hungry.
Well, you should eat, my love.
I don't have time to eat. I'm drawing a comic strip.
I know. Are you, did you start at noon or did you start now?
We started at noon.
Okay.
I've already been through all the pieces of paper, which is why we have Catherine with us now. How you doing, Catherine? She's got an innie belly button, you know.
You what?
Catherine has an innie for a belly button.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
and she looks like she has a really ugly tattoo on her left wrist. Oh, that's a mistake. Why do they do this to their bodies? Very seriously. Yep. I'm assuming she's an actress. They're gonna have to cover that with makeup now. It's just extra work. I'll never get it. Obviously I'll never get it, but you know what I mean. I'll never get it, but I'll never get it either. We're just trying to be your friend here, Catherine. We're hoping you have, if you're looking for a career.
Are you on speaker?
Yes, you're on speaker because I'm obviously not going to be holding the phone. You should be close enough to the microphone to be somewhat audible.
Possibly.
All right, there's Dino. Let's draw his shoelaces. And as everyone knows, I later go back with a darker pencil to make the lines a little bit more specific. But let's go. We're into our third panel now. All right, what are the chances of him getting one of those? I'm going to erase the couch here and everything that's gone into this panel. Why don't we pull the sight line up? So, Catherine, if you'll excuse me for a moment, we'll put the vanishing points high.
Okay.
So that we're looking down at this. See, the audience's eye level will be up here, and everyone's down here, so we're looking down at it. Why don't we decide that Dino still sort of sits over here, and we're gonna do some marks here for perspective to put his body in the scene properly.
Okay.
So we know this is his hip. This represents his shoulders. That line.
Uh-huh.
And knee. I'm just eyeballing it. So Dino will be about right there. So here is the couch. And actually we can see, because Dino seems to be moved over a little bit more, we can see the actual arm of the couch in this frame, which you don't see in the other two frames. Now, cushions go from there to there, and there's that piece of wood trim. And of course, we won't do them now, but there are little buttons in the couch that the chief colorist loves to have to color.
At least we have the leather couch now, not the blue couch.
Yeah, I had no idea that you didn't like the blue couch.
It was too hard to get the right colors. I don't know.
That doesn't feel right. Let's try that. That feels a little bit better. That makes me happy. And why are we here?
To make you happy.
There we go. I knew. I threw that line out at you. Like a, she's like a trained animal. She'll clap when I need her to. Is that? And that's probably a waste to draw too much of the table or anything else here, because the TV is going to be here and cover up much of that. Oh, where is the TV? I feel it would be about right there. It's usually up about nose height for Dino. Let's see, where's the bottom?
Okay.
At his knee. Oh, actually, this TV goes all the way down to here. So erase the couch. And let's get a perspective line going on here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's where the TV is. Now, the table is going to be mostly below frame, but we got to draw it anyway.
Charles, I'll call you back.
Yep.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And there goes the chief. There goes the chief colorist, ladies and gentlemen. Live from her hospital room. She spends more time in hospitals than I do on the toilet. Good thing that we live in the People's Republic of Massachusetts. 2, 3. Where some of the finest hospitals exist in the world, you know. Or so they say. The college I went to, university I went to at the time, they claimed that they had more Harvard professors than Harvard. And the quiet joke amongst the student body was, yeah, even Harvard doesn't want these assholes. I don't quite know where I was going with that one, but according to the people who run the hospitals in Massachusetts, we have some of the finest hospitals in the world. I'm just a cartoonist. Who am I to say anything else? This is incorrect. I've got to go to this vanishing point. I forgot. It's damn close to correct. You know, that was. There we go. Well, that makes a difference. And let's see about up there. Okay, that feels a little bit too high. That's a little bit better. We'll do the perspective on the cushions. And let's get the rug in here while we're thinking of it. There's the border of the rug and the center body about right there. Now I don't have to go any further because I know Closet Cat is right here. Going to be turning to speak to Felicia, who is now standing on the ground right there in the center. Oh, right. What are his chances of getting one of those, meaning one of these? I think it looks cute if he's got his hand up like that. Let's erase what's behind Felicia. I guess she'll just be staring straight on. She doesn't have anything to say in this line, in this panel. I guess Felicia's become the benevolent older teacher cat. I like that she gives cat lessons. My father once gave man lessons. He had a crew of pre and post adolescent men working for him, and none of them really had fathers. None of them were really brought up well. So my father would give man lessons. I think it's kind of funny that Felicia's giving cat lessons. It's the ego. That's funny. And no one takes an insult quite like Dino does here. All right, that's that. Somewhere back here is the lamp. You don't see mostly in the panel. And back here is the other couch, which I guess is about right there. Everything else disappears. Last panel. Do we have room to get it on here? My cell phone is blocking the page. That might work. All right, this is the difficult one because I've got to have Bo somewhere behind the TV so he can't see what's on the TV, yelling at Dino, who's down here. So it's going to be quite a distance. We'll bring the sight line to about the cat's shoulder here and over here. Now, let's draw Bo first. And I think it's funnier if he be with Jane at the time. So she's also witnessing the idea that perhaps Dino is such a scumbag that he would be watching pornography in the living room. Which he isn't. He's watching mixed doubles tennis. Don't watch that stuff out here. And she's going to have a shocked look on her face. Maybe a hand up here. Get the vapors, gesture. He's like, this is a hand to say, like, for crying out loud, don't watch that shit out here. Erase the couch from the other panel. And they're behind the TV, so they can't see what's playing. So we'll draw a simple television here. Try to be as head on with it as possible. And having done the damage, I suppose the cats have fled, right? I don't have room here for cats. Well, I should figure out the perspective. Let's go back to Felicia's nose for the hell of it. We'll use that as the perspective lines. Let's So it'll help me to figure out where I can place the cats. There's the couch. And on the couch. A cushion from there to there. Trim. Don't go too far. Oh, actually, I don't need Catherine here. I'm not worried about making anything over here dirty. Yeah, funny. We're using a woman in a bikini to keep things from getting dirty. What do I have wrong here? I just noticed that couch line doesn't match up with that. That's right. These are wrong. Yeah, I just went to the wrong vanishing point. Well, let's see. Where would the cushion be? That makes the arm about that height. All right, we already know that Felicia is standing back here somewhere. And Closet Cat would be about here. So he's ducking behind the TV underneath Dino's outstretched arm, who's pointing at the TV that says it's playing tennis and not any adult programming. Oh, I placed the cats. That's very important. Now, also what's important, this is a comic strip about a dog. Where's the dog? I guess Fido's not appearing in this comic strip today. There's that. Come with us again, Catherine. Just have you on the screen because people expect it. Can we call you Moana? I don't mean to be insensitive or anything. Well, actually, yes, I do mean to be insensitive. I think Catherine Elsner here would play a better Moana. It'd make about as much sense as anything else has. All right, thank you for joining us for Fido Live number 127. Again, without the colors. Oh, we've got to come up with a name for this. Irving, zoom out here a bit. There we go. I have to come up with a name with this. Race swap Moana. What did we talk about? Let's see. Chris Gore talked about Auntie Yo from Star Trek Section 31. Auntie Yo. And we had, we spent most of this with Catherine Lagaya. The cartoonist suggests an actress for the role of Moana too. Gee, can I put Moana in the damn title? I don't know if I want to. Stunt casting. That's what we'll call it. I've been calling this stunt casting for the longest time. It's when they before they even decided that they were going to do Snow White, they knew that they were going to hire. That they knew they were going to hire a non-traditional actress. Same thing with Little Mermaid. They hired the actress before they even decided, in many cases, what they were going to do with her. Oh, I'm doing reverse stunt casting here. We're going to hire a Ginger to play a South Pacific woman. Fido stunt casting. That's what we'll call it. I guess we're done. Thank you for joining me. See you all next week. Bye to the people from Rumble. And goodbye to the people from YouTube.